Well, good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another Changing Lives webcast. My name is Don Clayton. I am your host. I am the Chief Talent Officer at FranServe. We are the world's largest franchise consulting and expansion organization where we represent hundreds of America's hottest brands, actually the world's hottest brands. We have tons of legacy brands that we represent, as well as new and emerging brands. And we have also absolutely fantastic certified franchise consultants who help everyday average people become entrepreneurs through franchising. Today, I'm so excited to have with us a longtime veteran at FranServe, certified franchise consultant, Jim Davis. Jim, thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you, Don. I really appreciate it, having this opportunity.
Absolutely, sir. I know you do very well at FranServe, and that's because you really do care about your candidates. You really do care about the people that you're working with. So, Jim, I have just a couple of questions for you out there that some people may be trying to figure out, and they might be wondering about a FranServe certified franchise consultant. But specifically for you, Jim, answer me this question. How do you, as a FranServe certified franchise consultant, how do you help everyday people, just everyday average people, become entrepreneurs through franchise ownership?
Well, Don, that's an interesting question, but we get all kinds of people. Uh, I do a lot of marketing on LinkedIn, and I get a lot of ex-military guys who really make great franchisees because they know discipline, they know process, they know how to follow the rules, do the job, and so they end up making really great franchisees. And when people come to this, they don't know what a franchise is. Everybody thinks about McDonald's, fast food, Dairy Queen, that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you said that or not, but we represent over 800 brands in just about every kind of industry you could imagine. So it comes down to understanding their lifestyle. And people aren't really comfortable talking about objectives, but I try to get them into understanding. We're talking about their goals, their wishes, what they want for their family, what they're trying to achieve. And probably the one that we come up with most often, if it appears that the client is a little bit nervous about the risk, is talk about which is riskier: working for a company that may shut you down, like the federal government, and send you home, or having your own business and being responsible for your own future, the future of your wife and kids, and that kind of thing. And that kind of gets through to them after a while. And
Yeah, I mean,
also talk about the history of the franchise and how long it's been in business and how successful it's been. And its average is this, and then ask them, were you average? Are you going to be average? Or are you going to be above average? So it's kind of that kind of conversation.
so you're fully trained to take a look and really dissect the individual, mentioned almost 800, over 800 franchise brands. So you're really trained every day that you come into the office, Jim. You're telling me and others out there that you are trained to dissect each and every franchise brand that FranServe represents so that you can properly match that brand with the lifestyle preferences, with the demographics, with the monetary investment level, what have you, their goals as a family, as a unit. So you're able to match them up with various options for them and their family and their household and their community.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. And, let's be honest, 800 is a lot of franchises. So I, like most of us, have a top 30 or 35 that I deal with, and they're broken out into different categories like home improvement, food services, so forth and so on. And the goal is to understand what the client would enjoy owning and operating. And I tell them right up front, you don't want to own a business that makes you feel like hell when you get up in the morning. You want to be happy that you're going to that job. And so that's a big key to it. And helping them understand that it's successful, other people have been successful. And if they follow the rules and do the right things, they'll be successful.
Jim, that's why you're so successful. I mean, that's why people everyday average people just love working with you, Jim, because there is no beating around the bush with you. I mean, you tell it just like it is. I mean, it's that's why we love you here, because your experience and your personality and the way that you work with individuals and really befriend them in such a special way is one reason why you are so successful. And the people trust you. They trust your judgment, and they trust your opinions. And with that, Jim, what does, I mean, for you, okay, for you, what does an average day, what is a day in the life of Jim Davis, a certified franchise consultant with FranServe? What's a day in the life? You know, we talked about learning and dissecting the different brands that we have, and you mentioned, 20 or 30 that you work with, but what does a day in the life of Jim Davis look like?
Don, I swear, I don't think any 2 days are the same. Uh, it typically starts off, and I keep a schedule, so I'm pretty regulated. But then, just like a few minutes ago, before this conference, I was driving over to pick my wife up from work and bring her home. Got here about 5 minutes ago, so I could talk to you on this. And I got a
Thank you.
message from a guy who was about to buy a franchise maybe 6, 7 months ago. And I got a message from him in the car, call me. So I told him I'd call him when you and I get done. And he said, okay, he's happy. So I'll call him. Maybe he's back in business again. I don't know.
Sounds
But
good. That's awesome. But what you're saying is that it's really no day's the same, because you have different brands, different concepts, different ideas, but most importantly, people. No person is the same, and everybody comes with different backgrounds, different economic structures, and also personalities. You know, you're working with different personalities on a regular basis, aren't you, Jim?
oh yeah, very different, very different. One guy has got $300,000 or $400,000 to invest, and he wants to own the state for a given franchise. Another guy's got $20,000, and he ends up wanting something much smaller. So it varies, but the whole thing is uh, okay. Uh, Making money is important, but helping people uh, become self-sufficient, become their own boss. Nothing's like that. That's just the reward.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I,
well said. And
I,
oftentimes, Jim, when certain people get to a certain point in their life, because we work with we work with folks college age. And you mentioned 20,000 to a couple 100,000. The good news is we can help both those parties.
oh
Um, there
yeah.
there are options for both those parties, and sometimes it's just stepping stones to the next level. But sometimes when people get to a certain stage in life, they tend to regret certain decisions. They regret that this, or, I always say the person who says they have no regrets in life is just a flat out liar. I mean, they're just a liar. I mean,
Absolutely.
they get a tattoo that says no regrets. No regrets. Are you kidding? Everybody has regrets. But one of the things that we try to do is to help others overcome maybe some anxiety about going into business for themselves, or investing in a franchise, so that they can avoid potential regret in the future. Do you ever talk, how do you help others overcome that anxiety or quote unquote worry, just so that they one day don't wake up and regret that they never did say yes to that opportunity?
Well, that's kind of hard to explain, but uh, it's important to develop a relationship with your clients so that you understand their background, you understand their concerns, you understand their family situation, and help them find something that will work for them and that they become comfortable with and happy with, so they don't walk away from it. And
Yeah.
the other side of that coin is, I don't know what a lot of other people do, but I stay in contact with franchisees who have bought franchises through my coaching. And, I put them on a 3 month, 6 month, 1 year schedule, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And they still talk to me. But just this morning, I got a referral from a client who bought a franchise last year. So it's not like you sell it and walk away.
Right. No, I love that. And again, Another reason why you're so successful. Now, I personally wanted you to be my guest today, and Jim, our time is about up, and I just want to thank you again for choosing to come on board and taking the time, because I know that you have so many important things on your schedule to do, and you have that gentleman to call back. So I'm sure that'll be a very positive conversation. Hey, Jim, if someone out there is watching and they're like, "Hey, I like that Jim guy. I want to work with Jim. I want him to help me." How can they get in touch with you, Jim?
They can just shoot me an email at jim@jimdavisassociates.com.
And that's Jim at jimdavisassociates.com, right?
Yep, that's right.
All right, Jim. Thank you
And
so
and
much.
one more point, Don.
Please, by all means.
Do you remember that you recruited me 10 years ago?
I do, sir. I do. That's been many moons ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has, but you've turned out phenomenal. And I knew it from the moment I met you. I knew that you would be a great fit for our family, and you have proven to be that and much more. So we appreciate you and we thank you so very much.
Thank
Uh,
you. I appreciate this time.
Yes, sir. Well, this has been another Changing Lives webcast. My name is Don Clayton. Thank you all for joining me here again. Jim, thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next time.